Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to your live Wednesday edition of the Two Buck Sports Show. Yes, Jalen, we are live today. I got my guy Kenny Stubblefield here today, filling in for Drew. You know, it's the old saying, right?
Right.
Drew, the weather is here. I wish you were beautiful, right? Like that's the old saying goes. But I got Kenny here with me today. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, we are live. This is not pre-recorded. This is what is we live today? Is that what that sounded like? Is that what Jalen sounds like?
I think so, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, we're live today, Jalen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live. Got a lot of stuff to cover. The reality is Drew got very upset about that Egg Bowl commercial that we cut. You know, I was proud of my voiceover. Like I was super happy with how it turned out. Oh, yeah. You know, and Kenny, you did have to crop it down for brevity and cut out a few more things. I did say a couple more positive things about Ole Miss, but like the thing is, I mean, kind of, but like it was my favorite part of the Daily Grind this morning was he got so bent out of shape about the commercial and not what Kenny, not 5 minutes later was saying the exact same thing I said, that we're not talking about the great season they're having. We're talking about Lane Kiffin, like literally verbatim.
He went on a 45-minute diatribe about Lane Kiffin after complaining about the fact that you said something about Lane Kiffin. Like, talk about your running back that just ran for 200 yards. Talk about your D2 quarterback. Talk about
be the light. Like, be the dude that does that. Don't be like don't get mad at me for it's my he's mad at my herringbone vest. This thing's fine, man. Drew knows I got this off the sale rack at Shirley Dogs in Corinth, Mississippi. If you know, you know. But like be the difference. If you're gonna get upset about me saying the talking points, don't then say the talking points.
Exactly.
That's
how dare you say what I'm about to say? It's just shut up, Trey.
For those of you who don't know, we've got an internal fight here at Bluff City Media. We as a company are at odds with one another because somebody out there keeps changing the theme from dark to light. And when I open the website and go to StreamYard, it punches me in my eyeballs with it being so bright. Ain't nobody trying to see me in that bright a light anyway. But then like the white reflection, like it drives me nuts. So if it's you, stop it. We're looking for you.
I mean, have you seen, like, listen, I don't know what your background, what the blood that runs through your veins, but you've got a nice olive kind of tan skin.
Thank you.
I do not. I am very pale. And I burn and get more freckles. Mm-hmm. And it so like when it's the light, the studio white background is on, it literally just like hits me in the face and I just look completely blown out every day. So
we did the ancestry.com 23andMe. Yeah, it's got to be Hatmaker and all that. And we've got a lot of strong Native American on my mom's side, and it's called the Black Dutch on my dad's side. And they were like the shipbuilders, and they lived on the coast of the Netherlands and helped build the ships. And that's where I come from. So there's my family lesson for y'all. Yeah, you didn't know you needed.
Well, let me tell you my family lineage: 5 brothers from England named Stubblefield that were farmers. So it makes sense that literally if you turn a white light on me, my skin goes translucent and you can't
you can see all the way through.
You can see through.
Don't need an x-ray. Just go stand in front of that light over there.
Stand in front of the light, bro. That's all you need for me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's our real versus counterfeit segment of the day. Basically, to start the show is light or dark themes better? And so that's the question, right?
Screw you.
Kenny is whiter than white. They call him Mug Whiteout because he is white. But that's the question. Kenny, if I was to open your phone, not that I ever would, that's a major invasion of privacy, but if I was to open your phone and go to your social media apps, do you have them set on dark or light theme?
I change it up. I sometimes I go, like, most of the time, I would say 85 to 90% of the time it's in dark mode. My phone is in dark mode. Every once in a while, my eyes start to go cross-eyed, and I need to just change it. Just get a different view. Just get a different look. So right now, I am in, let me find it. I am in full-on white mode.
Ugh. Are you a heathen?
I am. There's something wrong with me.
Shun the unbeliever here. What is happening? Because if you like every single app that I open, X is dark mode. We go to Facebook, dark mode.
Yeah.
We go to Instagram, and it's dark mode. Zach Callahan from Grind City.
What up,
on your phone. Yeah. But like, that's the question. Let us know. What about y'all in the comments? Are y'all dark? Are y'all light mode? Because the first thing I do when I get a new phone is I go immediately and make everything dark themed, because I can't stand that blinding white light. Shout out Jared in the comments. Jared is a ball knower. Like, I can't stand it. It like Drew will screenshot tweets and send them to me in like white mode. Like,
hate it.
Really, and I hate it. It drives me nuts. I'm like, shun the unbeliever. What, like, you're outside of the circle now. The circle of trust, you're on the outside. Shout out Meet the Parents.
No, usually I do have it on dark mode, but every once in a while, I mean, you know, dude, when you're in the media game, when you're making content creating, you're constantly on your phone, constantly in front of a screen.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while, my eyes start to just go like, oh my God, I need to see something that looks a little bit different. And so I do go white mode or light mode, whatever you want to call it. It will go back to dark mode probably when the Tigers lose to Purdue by 40 tomorrow night. That's when it'll go back to dark mode.
Well, I mean, you know, we're going to talk about the Grizzlies here in a minute. You're going to talk about dark mode, and it is dark at 191 Beale Street. That's for sure. It's not looking pretty.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I know you live in Memphis. You are you have the Memphis blood running through your brain. You are a Memphian, but you're from Corinth, Mississippi.
I am. I am my roots. I'm a native son of the great state of Mississippi. For sure.
This has been one of the darker weekends in Memphis sports that I can remember. Yeah. Like, it has been a really tough couple of weeks for Memphis sports fans, whether it be Tigers, Grizzlies, whatever it may be. The only sports team that is absolutely saving everything is the women's soccer team at the University of Memphis. The most successful program at the University of Memphis is the women's soccer team. They are playing TCU in Fort Worth on Thursday night for a chance to go to the Sweet 16.
That's amazing.
They are, which is just crazy though, because they were ranked 3rd in the nation and got a 7 seed in the NCAA tournament.
I saw that. I did see that they kind of got hosed there. But buddy, I'm a Mississippi State sports fan. Like, we're in the doldrums.
So you know,
I get it.
You know,
I can relate. Yeah. Like, our football team, bad. We're going to get beat by 100 in the Egg Bowl. Basketball team, like, it was 38-36 against UNA, known basketball powerhouse, University of North Alabama. We beat Southeast Louisiana State Technical College by like 8 the other night. Like, buddy, I get it.
Dude, we lost to UNLV. They were up by almost 20, 30 points.
Hey, who's UNLV's coach?
Josh Mother effing Pastner. Yes.
That's what I
thought. I know this is a family friendly show, so I'm gonna chill.
Let it all out. Let it all out.
Yeah. But I just want to tell you this. This is how bad UNLV is. They lost to Jared Davidson's UT Martin team.
Now,
like, prior to that. And like, the very guy who played 10 minutes for UNLV against UT Martin and had 5 fouls in 10 minutes and 0 points went for 30 against the Tigers.
Now, to be fair, like, I'm trying to give you some hope here. UT Martin team is different.
Nah.
Have you heard the story about them?
I have not. No.
So they were like ranked out of all, like, in KenPom, whatever. They were like number 300 out of like 306 or 330 out of 336. Like, it was awful. Like, just no expectations.
Yeah.
But their coach pulled a University of Illinois. I heard Gary Parrish talk about this the other day. Or maybe it was Verno. And he went overseas and got an entire 10-man team of like Eastern European dudes that just that train. Like, that's all they do is they just train.
Luka Doncic's cousins.
Exactly.
Yes.
And those dudes can hoop. And it's because the model is different, right? Like, they here in America, they were talking about it. You can go to, like, you look at these AAU teams. Like, you played AAU growing up, I'm sure. I played some AAU growing up. Like, the whole goal is to play as many tournament games as you can, and you practice maybe 2 or 3 times a month.
Right.
Versus these Eastern European dudes who go out there and they just train and practice and train and practice and play maybe 2 or 3 games a month.
Yeah.
And so these dudes have, like, their skill is so well refined, and they are just almost just machine-like. So find some solace in the fact that UT Martin's going to do that to a lot of people. They would probably do it to Memphis if they played Memphis.
Hey, man, how about you watch your mouth, bro? How about you watch your mouth?
It's dark. This light mode's got me feeling salty today is what it is.
Light mode is tough, bro.
It still got me feeling salty today. But thank y'all for tuning in,
I thought he said the Brad underwear model. I was like, what are you talking about, DJ?
DJ coming in spicy.
DJ coming in spicy. What are you
look, when I told Kenny that let it all out because this, the family friendly, I didn't mean talk about underwear over here, did you, DJ? You need to calm down.
Hey, Jared, listen, let me tell you something, bro. You are skating on thin ice over here. You have the power brokerage right here on this show right now. We might be banning some folks pretty soon.
Kenny, I've been in corporate America. You've been in and around corporate America. Who is the first cuts that are made when things get sideways?
The brand new guy.
The brand new guys. So Jared,
mind your P's and Q's, bro.
Watch your mouth when you talk to me. Well, listen, man, that's enough buffoonery. Y'all know we get in here and we always chop it up, get the show started off on a lighthearted way. If y'all are on X, I'm glad that X is actually working today. We had some issues with it on Monday. Yeah. Hop on over to YouTube. The comments are already popping off. The usual suspects, the knuckleheads are here. I'm sure, he who shall not be named will be in here yelling in all caps in a few minutes now that Jared has referenced him there. He's like the Voldemort of Bluff City Media. But if you are watching Voldemort, come on in, hop in the comments, hang out with us. We got a ball game to talk about.
Just turn your caps lock off, please.
Yeah, that's all the thing. Ask. I don't like being yelled at, man. Just don't yell at me.
Don't yell at me.
Just type in lowercase. But but we do have basketball to talk about. Yeah. Now it
ain't gonna get much better.
Ninja DJ, we might as well be talking about draws because that's what the Memphis Grizzlies played like last night in the final minutes of the game. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies lost a close nail biter, if you will, to the San Antonio Spurs. It was a good. I say good. It was a back and forth basketball game. It was gross basketball if you actually watched it. It was a brick fest for the vast majority of that game. And then in the fourth quarter, stop me if you've heard this before. But the Memphis Grizzlies had a lead late in the third quarter. Cedric Coward went on a one-man run by himself. 8-0 run by Cedric MFN Coward. Only for that to be our final point scored when we took the 101-100 lead with like 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes to go in the game. And then San Antonio sprinted to the finish and left us finishing on an 11-0 run. That's crazy work to finish a game on an 11-0 run to get the win last night, man. What was your big takeaway from the game?
I actually really enjoyed the game. Me and you were kind of talking about it in a group chat last night. It fits like the way I've never seen you play basketball. I've seen you in person and you've seen me. Like we probably play the same kind of way, right? Like, and the way that the basketball game was being played was really pleasing to my eye.
Yeah.
Right. Like there wasn't a whole lot of shots being made, which is par for the course for me. There was a lot of physicality, and it wasn't because they were bad shots. It wasn't ugly basketball. There was just hard-nosed defensive basketball, and I enjoyed that. Like I enjoyed watching them play. And what I liked about it was that I thought that you saw throughout the first 3.5 quarters, you saw some of the things that we've missed this season so far with the Grizzlies. That level of physicality, that level of aggression, that stick-to-itiveness, if you will, the ability to like fight back when things go off the rails. Like that's been one of my biggest frustrations for this Grizzlies team, is that it feels like even when you had John Jaren on the court, they're like, once it went off the rails, it went off the rails and they couldn't bring it back. And there were multiple times, just like run after run on both sides, where it was like, okay, San Antonio's up by 6. All of a sudden, the Grizzlies are up by 5, and then it was back and forth, and it just felt there were punches and counter punches, and it was an enjoyable game to watch.
It was from a defensive standpoint. It reminded me of some of those old Grizzlies Spurs matchups back in the day, where it was just like we're in a prize fight, a heavyweight fight, where we're just punching back and forth.
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't attractive offensive basketball. But defensively, the effort was there. We had Cam Spencer diving on the floor. We had guys like hustling and playing hard last night, which is what like you said, we've been missing through the first, we're 15 games into this season, and we're now just now seeing effort and give a damn that's really displayed on a basketball court.
Yeah.
And we even got it from our coach last night. For the first time, T.I. showed emotion on the sideline when he slammed that water bottle down when the ball wasn't moving enough and the offense wasn't being effective, which, you know.
Oh, they came out of after timeout baseline play and just did not run the play. And he was like, what the hell are y'all doing? And just threw the water bottle, just yeeted it across the floor, which I like. I mean, it was one of the most funny visuals of the season was seeing the game continuing and San Antonio workers wiping up water by the bench. It was hilarious.
The best one is the baseline cam that shows, I think Jalen had the ball kind of coming around the top, and you see him in the background just slamming that water bottle down. Like that's a microcosm of all Grizzly. We are removed as fans, throwing our water bottles, watching this team just muddle through these basketball games. And I saw a stat last night on Twitter. I want to get your take on this, Kenny. You know, we're going to talk through. There's a lot of blame to go around, and there's a lot of things we're going to talk through. But I want to start here. We've mentioned him already. We're talking about Coach Isolo. Since taking over as the head coach as an interim through the end of last year, this summer, and now this young NBA season, Grizzlies are like 17-28. With Tomas Isolo at the helm. Is that sample size big enough, in your opinion, to start talking about making a change?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think you are, and just for the sake of the franchise as a whole, like, is he going to be successful as a head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies? I don't know. The numbers are showing probably not. Like, I think we can be honest with ourselves. Most coaches don't work out, right? Like, there's a lot more former coaches than active coaches in the NBA. So I'm not saying because I think it's going to work, you don't move off of him, but just to be taken seriously as a franchise, you can't get rid of him now. Like, you literally just, I mean, like. Listen, if you want this franchise to be looked at as anything other than just an amateurly run franchise, you don't lame duck your head coach by bringing in a guy as a lead assistant, knowing that's your guy, firing that dude, and instead of firing him at the beginning of last season, you wait until 9 games left when you're still in the middle of a playoff run to fire him. And then bring in a first-time head coach with 9 games left in the regular season, then play-in games, and then a 4-game series against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then go, all right, we're 15 games into the next season. We're going to let that dude go. No. Like, that is about as amateurish as you can possibly be.
Even more amateurish than how pitiful we have looked so far in games this year. We've had 2 games, right? We had some fight against the Cavs. We had fight against the Spurs. So maybe the last 2 games have bought some time. But, like, at some point, the optics don't matter. What matters is winning and losing. And we're not playing winning basketball.
Right.
Do we allow this thing to continue to flounder because of Kleiman's ego or because we don't want to look bad? Like,
good point.
Everybody already hates us on the national scale.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why does it matter what they think about us? Because, like, they don't have a high opinion of us anyway. To me, that argument, that's my rebuttal to your argument. Like, I don't give a damn what these people think. It ain't good anyway. So why do we care what they think? Like, I don't think that if you fire Tomas, I don't think there's going to be, like, every coach is going to be up in arms and be like, man, I'm not coming to Memphis, man. I'm just not. It's too toxic. Like, no, I think you get the right person that wants to work with Ja and Jaren and turn this thing around. I don't think they're going to look at that and be like, I don't want to go there. They're fire coaches too quickly because the results are speaking for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a very real risk that you run, though. Like, that would be my counterpoint to your counterpoint is – I heard Drew on the Daily Grind say Mike Malone's just sitting out there. Well, why the hell would Mike Malone want to come to a franchise that has fired 2 coaches in a matter of 30 games? Like, like that just like that makes very little sense. And I get that these guys have egos. I get that these guys think everything is that their stuff don't stink. But I'm just the only response to it is I think you do have to give it more time to let Ja Morant and Tomas Isolo come together. Yes, it's looked bad these first 15 games of the season, or however many games. Yeah, 15 games of the season. I do think if it was steadily regressing even more, I would say if it's not getting any better and it's not looking any better, then I think, yes, you do start to have that conversation. But I think we can both say that since that Lakers, specifically that Boston game where it looked like the team just quit, they just didn't play, one of the most unprofessional games I have ever seen as a media person who covers professional sports. My response to that would be it's looking better. And I think you just give it more time. And again, and I sound like Drew right now because Drew said it all last year. It's about the players, right? Like when we were talking about Taylor Jenkins. To me, it's a John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. thing as well.
I don't think it's even that. I want to be clear. I'm not advocating to fire T.I. right now. I'm not. I think we need to have a real conversation about Kleiman, because if T.I. doesn't work out, then I don't know that Kleiman, I saw you put Jalen's comment up there, is going to work out, because those two are married whether they like it or not.
Yes.
Because of Kleiman put his neck out there that this is my guy, this is who's going to lead our team, and has staked his reputation on it.
Right.
I think it's a Zach Edey thing. We got Zach Edey back and immediately looked better. Immediately looked tougher. We've played harder. We've been in better position. The offense has worked a bit better. It still sputters. It's still running like a 1918 Model T that's spitting out black smoke and kind of like rumbling along, but it's got some forward momentum. The defensive effort looks better until it doesn't. But I think that Zach Edey was the missing piece. And Zach Edey looked good last night. Yeah. He got gassed. He got so tired. They showed him at one point, and it popped up in the group chat. I told Maggie, I was like, he is dying, because they showed his face, and he was just like, God, get me out. Get me out. Like he was dying.
Mouth breathing and everything.
He was slobbering. He was so tired, like just done. I do think that Ty Jerome is going to help quite a bit as well, because what have we struggled with? Spacing. We can't get any space. Nobody can shoot the ball. So everybody stands in the lane. They double team Jaren, who we'll get to Jaren in a few minutes. But like we double team Jaren, we clog the lane for Ja because they don't respect KCP or Jalen or anybody. Now Cam, you're going to have to start respecting, because Cam has been shooting the lights out. But my argument to not fire T.I. yet is we got Edey back and immediately got a jump. Maybe we get Ty Jerome, we take that next jump, and that actually turns into winning games because we have a guy that's a legit three-point threat. That's the one thing we don't have right now. We have nobody that can consistently shoot. We get a guy who can, Kenny, and this might look a whole lot different.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, like, I would also say, look at the gauntlet that they've gone through in terms of the teams that they've played. They have played teams that are just, like right now, are better than them, right? Like, and so look at the next 6-7 games, right? Whoa, that was not even on purpose, right?
I don't even know what this is, but I've seen it, so I'm doing it.
maybe instead of going like this, we go like this, because that looks different.
This looks different than, agreed. Like, or we do like this, like Major League, right? Like we got no marbles.
But you look at they're playing Sacramento twice, Dallas, San Antonio. They've got New Orleans coming up in the next few games. What if they win? Like those Sacramento games are almost must-win games, right? Like
I'll be there Thursday night. If they have to win, you have to win that game.
You have to win that game. If they beat Dallas, like all of a sudden, then you go, well, now they've got some juice flowing, right? Like now they got Denver in there. Well, what if you win those two games? What if you win Sacramento, Dallas, and then you come home and play Denver, and you got a little bit good feeling, some juice going? Like all of a sudden now you're looking and you're like, well, maybe they could be really close to 500 at some point pretty quick. You know, like there's some trends that are happening, and it's really tough. Like when you have to play the teams that they've played and have the dysfunction that they've had, of course it's going to look the way that it's looked.
So Drew and I talked about that yesterday. Like you compare our schedule to, and it doesn't matter because they beat us last night, but like you look at our schedule with games against Golden State, I mean, the Lakers, Toronto, Detroit, Houston, OKC, Knicks, the Celtics are still the Celtics. They beat the hell out of us. The Cavs, right? You compare that to San Antonio's schedule. Yes, they have a much better record. Yes, Wemby has been unbelievable, but their losses are against Phoenix, the Lakers, and Golden State twice. They have beat teams like us, Sacramento, New Orleans, Chicago, Miami, Brooklyn. They beat New Orleans twice. They beat Dallas. Like, they are playing weaker teams. Now, their schedule is supposed to get a lot more real as they start picking up some of the teams that we've been playing in the Cavs. They'll play the Magic. They've got Minnesota, Denver, Portland coming up, Atlanta next. Like, I think you're going to see a bit of a turn here, but you've got to start making some hay because our schedule lightens up quite a bit. Like you said, we've got the Kings and the Mavs before we host Denver on Monday, 11/24. Then you've got a stretch where you play the Clippers, Kings, Spurs, Clippers, Trailblazers before you play Minnesota.
Come on.
Like, that is a stretch that you could go get on a run.
Yes. You
get lucky here and there. Maybe you beat Portland. You had in that Minnesota game. You could be on a 3-5 game winning streak, 6 game if you beat New Orleans after Denver.
Come on, man.
And I think if we win 6 in a row,
the conversations
are completely different.
The conversation changes. Absolutely. And I think as you start to you see obviously Ja's out with the calf injury. We're going to talk calf injuries in a second. But you see Ja potentially coming back during that time period. Ty Jerome's getting closer. You've got Zach Edey getting his wind back, getting his timing and everything back. What's been really wild to me is how good Edey has looked rhythm wise, even if his gas tank isn't as deep as it has been. Like rhythm wise and the things that he's doing, he's looking like really, really effective out there.
But he stayed in front of De'Aaron Fox multiple times last night. Like, that dude does not get the credit for his lateral quickness as he should. I put this up a second ago. Like Ninja DJ says here, we are seeing flashes of very good things. We're seeing Zach Edey defending De'Aaron Fox 18, 20 feet from the hoop effectively, like altering his path. Now, that's not something I want to happen consistently, but the fact that he could go out there and help with that has already made our team so much better in these little glimpses. And it's, again, we've got small sample sizes so far. But what we have a large sample size of, and I want to get to this now, he didn't get a lot of love in the group chats last night. He's not getting a lot of love online or in our comment section here. But Jaren Jackson Jr. has been awful this year. Awful. And I'm done making excuses. The ankle last season, he ended up 1 vote away from an All-NBA team. Like, don't forget that. Don't forget that in March, like, he was top 8 MVP ladder in the NBA. Sprained his ankle, hadn't been the same since. But what we're seeing is not injury related anymore. It's not trusting that ankle. He has got the yips. And if you played sports, you know what the yips are. You can't explain it. You don't know what exactly it is, but you just can't do what you normally do. And Jaren has got the yips. He is, instead of attacking, he's being very reactive and passive, offensively and defensively. You called it out last night. He is, instead of going to meet the basketball, he is like stepping back and letting the ball come to him. And I don't know what, like, he obviously didn't forget how to play basketball. He is an elite level basketball player when he puts it out there. But Kenny, what the hell is going on with Jaren, man? Like, what has happened?
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, you talk to basketball guys and you talk to them about the way that he moves. And it's very amateurish.
I see you here, Jalen. I appreciate that. Props, man. Like, I'm not, listen, Jaren's my dude, but like, anyway, continue.
I was hanging out with a former Memphis Grizzly backup point guard today, who possibly has a podcast on our network, and we were talking about posting up in the paint. And one of the weakest things that you can do when you post up in the paint is stand up tall with your legs like side by side, where there's no like space and depth on your legs, and you just stand up and you hand fight with somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what you see with Jaren in the paint when he's posting. And so you got these dudes like Harrison Barnes who can just like fight hands with them, when, bro, your big ass needs to put your left or right hip into their body and just move them out of the way. Like, move them. Because you get the foul calls when you go hands like this, but when you're putting your ass on somebody and moving them, that's not a foul. That's a deep threat position. And then even we talked about it. You mentioned it a few minutes. I remember, and you could go on YouTube. Let's bring this bum in here. Let's get him in. He's this guy. I'm tired of him. Where is he? I know you're coming in. Oh God,
Boogeyman's here.
I know you're coming in hot, but let me finish my point before you go off. I saw a video. You can go and look on YouTube. You can see Steph Curry at a middle school girls basketball camp. And he's talking to the middle school girls, and he's like, listen, here's how you receive a pass. The weakest thing you can do in the NBA, or the weakest thing you can do in basketball, even called it cowardly. The most cowardly thing is to receive a pass by backing away from the play. Like back up to get the ball. You go to the ball. You make moves, which is you see that in Steph Curry's game. Like if you're on the wing and you're backing up to get the ball, it just doesn't make sense. And that's what Jaren does nonstop.
This year, what's frustrating is in the past, like when he's gotten smaller dudes on him, I think Alex Caruso snatched his chain. Like he took like in Space Jam, when the Monstars take all of the talent away, that's what Alex Caruso did to Jaren Jackson Jr. last year. Because in years past, he would get down there, he would bang, like he would bump bodies, like he would get guys rooted off the block to get his little left-handed floater or get to the rim. But ever since Alex Caruso took away his basketball talent, he is a shell of that. I saw, and I'll shut up after this, Drew, but I saw highlights of Zach Randolph. It pops up every now and then. Zebo's my all-time favorite Grizz athlete, whatever. It's Zach Randolph. And watching the bully ball that he played, we are a far cry from that at the power forward position now.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of waxed unpoetically last night on the post-game bounce about Jaren Jackson Jr., and because he is the new Jake LaRavia. He's the new scapegoat. If you lose, he's the guy that we're just going to throw all of our darts at. We're going to empty the clip at Jaren Jackson Jr., and to be frank about it, like, he's earned a lot of it. If you want to gripe about his shooting slump, the fact that he can't get any, his numbers are awful. He can't get anything to go. Last night he didn't even get to the foul line. Well, that's fine. If you want to complain about his lack of alphaness, then that's fine. That's your prerogative. It's about time as Grizzlies fans that we quit asking him to be the alpha. At some point, this is just his genetic makeup. We had the same conversation with Mark. We had the same conversation with other role players. Like, he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy. If that's the reason why you want to trade him, then fine. Like, die on that hill and whatever. But and if you want to hate on him for the shooting numbers, then that's fine too. But the fact of the matter is nobody in this offense is utilized, and I'm not just going to hold him. I'm not going to let him be the scapegoat for that.
Catch all the strays.
Ja has been awful. Jaren has been awful. Everybody has been awful in this offense. And I'm sorry if we're not ready to like throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm on record for over a calendar year now defending coaches because players are not pulling their weight. These players, the difference is these players are not in a position to play. And the fact of the matter is when you've got a coach, you're responsible for culture and implementation of a system that benefits your players. The culture's horrible, and the system is not beneficial. And we know, and love him or hate him for it, whatever, we know Jaren is not going to be the guy that says, screw off, it's my possession. It's just not him.
And that's not him. And I can tell you the worst possible outcome here is, like Kenny and I talked about a few minutes ago before you got here, Drew, firing Tomas right now, not the answer. It's not looking good, but it's not the answer. What's even less of the answer is blowing up and trading players.
No, of course not.
Last night where they were talking about trading Jaren and how his value's at an all-time low and you're not going to get anything back.
Yeah, get out of that group chat.
I saw yesterday Detroit Piston fans making up trades, sending us Jaden Ivey, sending us like getting Jalen Duren back down here to get like Jaren would go anywhere else. A, start, B, be awesome. And it's going to be one of those things where it's like revisionist history, and then we're going to be 3 or 4 years down the road have the same dadgum conversations about Dylan Brooks and slow-mo and Melton with Jaren Jackson Jr.
It's asinine to trade him. It's asinine to trade Ja. I have no qualms with firing T.I. I mean, I don't really understand what we're going to figure out. Like, what's the best case scenario here? Everybody just decides they're okay with not having the ball in their hands, and is Ja going to just suddenly be okay with, playing 3 minutes at a time? No. If T.I. doesn't adapt, then he's gone, and I have no qualms about it.
Agreed. I'm just not right now. Totally we're not. We're just saying not right now.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less who the coach is, because I mean, I don't even know. Like I said, Mike Malone, and I said Mike Malone because I was comparing it to the Milwaukee Bucks situation a few years ago, how they went and just got Doc Rivers because he was sitting there and he's a established NBA champion head coach. That was a parallel I could draw pretty easily. But I don't particularly care who it is. Somebody's got to have a feel for this game. Somebody has got to. Somebody somewhere will look at this team and just be like, I think the best option is to let that man number 12 do what he does best. And if that's Rajon Rondo, if that's me, if that's Red Auerbach himself, I don't care. Just get that guy on the sideline.
But you mentioned Milwaukee in the daily grind. Milwaukee ain't been good. They ain't sniffed.
But that's another kind of parallel there. If you want to just continue down this rabbit hole, and there's plenty of parallels, point out another one. Milwaukee continues to the front office continues to get rid of good players and replace them with bad players. That's not Doc Rivers' fault. That's not Giannis's fault.
It could be Giannis's fault because he got rid of Adrian Griffin, right?
Like, I mean, shoot, Giannis's wife moved to Greece. They're even getting rid of her. She can't even stand to be in Wisconsin.
They traded Giannis's wife. Is that
she moved back to Greece, and he's by himself in Milwaukee, and so that's why the big trade rumors were that he was going to Brooklyn or the Knicks because there's a direct flight to Athens, so he could go home for the weekend or the day off and come back.
I'm sorry. Happy marriages doesn't result in the wife moving across the world, especially not when there is unlimited finances.
Yeah, that's crazy. So to button up the conversation, Jaren is overthinking it, and I think that's a lot of the issue with a lot of players on this team. Drew, like you said, nobody is being good in this offense except Santi and Cam Spencer, but both of them have been shooting the ball a little bit better than everybody else. But this offense is highlighting nobody. It's just causing players to overthink. And so I think we can all agree on Ninja DJ's comment here. It's no. The answer is not trading Jaren. The answer is not blowing up one of the best players, taking one of the best players off your team just because he's a Robin. There are countless dudes who are just a Robin that need a Batman, and he is going to go. So if you trade him, I'm not so sure that Kleiman is going to get anything in return. Yes, these other teams would have to pony up, but I don't trust Kleiman to go get anything other than Cole Anthony and a handful of picks.
Let me remind you guys that Ja Morant is freaking Batman. I don't know what his mood problem is, but we've seen this guy for multiple years be absolutely amazing, an alpha, and just I mean, he threw a basketball off of Tony Bradley's face. I mean, this is the kind of guy we need. You've got to make him happy. And I'm not I'm a parent, and I'm not a coddling parent. And I'm not saying that this is parenting. This is the antithesis of parenting. You do, as a parent / coach, whatever it takes to make that man happy. That's it. It's simple as that.
Bruce Wayne was moody as all get out, much like our Ja Morant.
Yeah. He needed an enemy. He definitely needed an enemy.
Absolutely.
One last thing. He said Jaren's 15 games this year, 17.9 points, 5.3 rebounds, 47% field goal, 37% 3-point, 1.3 blocks per game. But it's in those, and I agree, his numbers have been decent, right? Like his numbers have been good this year. But I would say it's in those high leverage moments, like the Cleveland game and the game last night against San Antonio, where you're like, I just want to see more. And again, Drew's point, he's not that guy. Like, he's not that guy. And so,
I mean, we've had games this year where he shot only 5 or 6 times. The Cleveland game is the anomaly here where he shot 23. Other than that, his numbers are fine because his usage is in the friggin' dumpster. Like, we don't use him.
I'm not going to hold anything against Jaren Jackson Jr. This is a situation in which when the intensity gets ratcheted up in late game situations, this team continues to fold. He is the figurehead right now because Ja Morant is hurt. But when it was Ja Morant that was not doing good, Jaren Jackson Jr. was still getting the blame. And last year when we were losing and Ja wasn't playing and the coach wasn't playing the right rotations and Zach Kleiman undercut and ruined the vibes, like we were still blaming Jaren Jackson Jr. Like I'm just done with the Jaren Jackson Jr. stuff. Like you can pinpoint him and everything,
100%,
but
100%.
When they took the lead last night, I think it was by down 5 maybe. The Grizzlies were inbounding the ball with like a minute left, and we turned the ball over and Jaren didn't even touch the ball. Like, you look out on that court, and it is Jaren, Cam Spencer, Vince Williams Jr., Jalen Wells, and Cedric Coward.
Oh, yeah,
Cedric Coward. That's like 7 years of NBA experience between the 4 of them and Jaren.
Mm-hmm. And yet we were trying to feed everybody but Jaren. But Ninja DJ brings up a great point. I remember the hatred and vitriol towards Pau Gasol towards the end of his time here in Memphis. Everybody wanted him out, and all he did was go to LA and become a multi-time champion and
a Hall of Famer.
You cannot ask everybody to have a Mamba mentality. That is, you were born with that. Mm-hmm. And Jaren grew up a much different life than all of us did. Not many times did he ever have to pull himself up by his bootstraps, and he was, he played the AAU ball. He played a softer brand of basketball, I'm sure, than most of them, and it never had to struggle. Not that that's what is absolutely necessary to become just an absolute psycho like Kobe was, but like it's just not him. It's just not him. And so far, just like the rebounding thing, you're just going to have to either accept it or not.
So far this year, in 15 games, Jaren has been our leading scorer 6 times to Ja Morant's 3. He's also been our leading rebounder 4 times in those 15 games. So you can keep hating on him for the things he doesn't do, but he's still stepping up and doing it some. But again, I'm tired of it's a tired conversation. And because the same people that are saying trade Jaren are the same ones saying we shouldn't have traded Dylan Brooks and are forgetting about him shooting us out of ball games. And so I don't want I just don't want to hear that anymore.
Well, hey, congratulations, Rusty. You have absolutely turned Jalen back off of you. He gave you credit. Yep. he gave you credit. And now he's like, what the are you talking about, Rusty?
Okay, cool. So we'll trade Jaren to Detroit. And then he goes and plays with Cade Cunningham and wins multiple NBA championships. Like, it's going to happen. Like Kobe was Kobe, and Powell had a huge part in playing in that team, in that system, and on that.
Kobe
team.
Was leaving LA until Powell got there. Like, let's not get crazy here. But I will
He's
say
coming to the Grizzlies.
But I will say, according to Jerry West, right?
According to Jerry West,
we could have had Kobe and Powell.
Yeah. Anyway,
but let me ask you this though, and real quick. Would you mentioned Jalen Duren's name?
I mean,
I would.
There's no way they're trading Jalen Duren.
I would do a lot to get Jalen Duren on this Grizzlies.
This is a fan trade. 0% chance that JB and the Pistons organization actually sends him.
So I mean, if you sent back Jaren Jackson Jr. maybe, but that's a stupid trade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
woo! I like Jalen Duren, man.
I do too.
And I like Jaren. And I like.
Can
Jaren.
he dribble? Can he shoot? Can he do anything other than be big and athletic?
Mm-hmm.
He's not as he's a less good Bam Adebayo. I mean, I don't know.
He can shoot a little bit.
Yeah, but he's getting 30 and 20.
I mean, I agree.
He's had that a couple times this year.
I wish you could take his brain and inject part of it into Jaren, but that's the big difference.
I mean,
Jaren can do anything that anybody in the NBA.
I blame Jaren's dad because Jaren's dad was 6'4" and he taught Jaren to play like he's 6'4". Like that's what the crux of the issue is here.
That's why I'm raising my kids to play like they're 6'4". because I don't want them to play like they're 5'5".
Yeah. But I do want to shift the conversation. It's just a tired conversation. So
yes,
I want to shift
please.
the conversation to there's going to be a tie-in here still to Tomas' system, because we have seen a run of soft tissue injuries in the NBA like we haven't seen in a long time that I can remember. If there are other seasons or years that I'm missing over, please let me know in the chat, as I'm sure y'all will. But like over the last 2 seasons, we have seen more calf strains, oblique strains, hip flexor strains. AD's out with a groin strain. Giannis is out with a groin strain. And so it begs the question, like, what has changed? What has happened? I think that the gear has changed. Shoes look a lot different. We're getting more, like, it feels like the more technologically advanced we get, the worse our basketball shoes are getting, because it's leading to more soft tissue issues, ankle rolls, like things we haven't seen in the past. But then the question is, okay, well, if we're playing at a higher pace, maybe we play our players less minutes, shorter bursts, get them some more rest on a nightly basis. Oh, wait
a second. I heard that before.
We have an example of that, and it ain't working. We've got Ty Jerome out with soft tissue injury, Scottie Pippen Jr. out with soft tissue injury, Javon Small out with soft tissue injury, John Morant out with a soft tissue injury. So if it's the same results, why are we trying to be different? I don't like make it make sense to me. I don't like, from a PT standpoint, from an exercise standpoint, I understand what's going on, but I don't know how our system is supposed to be better when it's not yielding any different results, Kenny.
Well, I'll say this, Drew. I feel like this conversation was ready-made for Rusty. I feel like he put this in here just so he could monopolize.
Yeah, he wants to seem smart.
Yeah, he wants to flex. He wants to flex a little bit.
He wore his nice little vest with his polo shirt, pretending that he's a doctor again.
Yeah. When I've got underneath it, I've got my real estate. Like,
you're taking we're going to listen to soft tissue injuries from a real estate guy. Pass.
You're going to listen to from 3 podcasters, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've heard once again, treasure trove of information, Brevin Knight, being able to talk to him about this idea that playing less gets you more. Where's the evidence that that's true, right? Like doing less gets you more, in terms of playing less minutes gets you more minutes to play. Like, that just doesn't make sense. It feels like to me soft tissue injuries, as somebody who is perpetually out of shape and trying to get into shape, it feels like to me when I take about a week off of the gym and I go back, everything hurts more immediately right away. Like, but the more reps, the more time, the more boom, the more I'm in the grind in the gym, everything feels better. That's my layman's take of soft tissue injuries. So is it, what's the remedy for it? Just play ball. Like, it's what it feels like to me.
Every part of my body is soft tissue.
Exactly.
and let me tell you, you know how else to not get soft tissue injuries? Don't play basketball. I feel great.
Talk about basketball. Don't play basketball.
Yeah. As an exercise professional, like, this is absolutely a valid point here that Jared brings up. You want to get warm and stay warm, and it's so hard. That's why, like Drew loves to harken back to Mississippi State getting a break in the college baseball tournament against Florida State when there was a rain delay, and they ran out the same pitcher that they had been pitching before the rain delay an hour and a half earlier, and immediately gives up a game tying and then
Mike Martin,
game winning.
God not rest his soul.
Yeah.
Is an idiot.
Yeah. And so it's the same principle. It is hard to get warm, stay warm, and get in a rhythm when you're only playing 3 or 4 minutes. Basketball, more than just about any other sport, is a rhythm sport. When they're in football, when you have a running back who has a hot hand and he's getting 6-7 yards to carry, you don't take him out. You don't immediately pull him to the side. But our system,
I don't care about science.
I watched Ahmad Hardy run down our throat the other day. Guy was gassed and doubled over on the sideline or on the field, but they didn't take him out because he was averaging 8 yards a carry. Like, I want that for the Grizzlies.
I don't care about science. You are better at basketball as a team when your good players play. You give them a rest. If they need a rest, give them some water. Let them, get their feet up, kick their feet up, put them a lazy boy on the bench. I don't care. Get them refreshed, get them rehydrated, and get them back on the court.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And you know what? If they get hurt doing that, at least I'm like, oh, they got hurt playing basketball. We worked them too hard. No, I think we are creating injuries by not working. Just like my point right now. If I wanted to go and play basketball today, guess what, buddy? I'd need a wheelchair tomorrow.
100%.
So
all this soft tissue would be very hard.
Bro, you look at like a power ranking standpoint, you look at a ranking standpoint, we're at the bottom. Right? We're 25th on ESPN's most recent power rating. We fell from 21st. We're heading the wrong direction. You look at you look at any stat, right? We're at the bottom. Then you look at our minutes played per game. All right. So looking at average minutes per game. Y'all want to take a guess out of the number, however many NBA players there are. Math is hard right now. Where the first Memphis Grizzlies player is. If you just want to take a guess. Like, is he in the
43rd? Richard Petty.
No. It's a good number, but no. You got a guess? Kenny?
67th.
I'm gonna go triple digits. I'm gonna go
Close.
Triple digits. Okay.
So in the same neighborhood.
Is this per game, Rusty? Or is this
per game? This
total?
is per game.
Okay.
This is per game. In the neighborhood of CJ McCollum, Nick Claxton, Kason Wallace, Jalen Duren, Shaden Sharp, Jake LaRavia. We have Jaren Jackson Jr. at 93rd in the NBA with 28.9 minutes. We have John Morant at 97th with 28.7 minutes, slightly ahead of Jake LaRavia's 28.5 for the Lakers. Known Grizz killer, CJ McCollum. He's old, plays for the Wizards, is playing more minutes per game than Jaren and John Morant. Like this is asinine. At some point, best on best.
Kenny said we just need to give it more time.
At some point, give it more time. You're gonna play best on best. Like I'll give him if he starts playing.
I don't think there's no evidence that that's going to happen.
No, my point is very real. Give it more time. Give them more time. Give them more time on the court.
Give them more time. Not T.I. Give them more time.
Give them more time.
No, I don't think that's what you were saying. That's not what you were saying.
Give them more. Hey, shout out. I mean, Evan gets it here. Like said last night, an 8-0 run, and immediately you're coming out. Immediately, like you're doing too good. You got to come out. It's the same thing I said about TJ. Like last year, like he would see John Morant on a 10-0 run by himself and be like, you know what this game needs? Jake LaRavia, not John Morant, and would take him out. And we're doing the same thing this year. And I was super critical of Taylor Jenkins last year, and so I'm going to be super critical of T.I. this year. Players win games, but you got to put players in position to win games. Taylor Jenkins didn't do it last year. T.I.'s not doing it this year. And soft tissue issues, injuries, be damned. Those guys just need to play best on best. Like that's just the whole point of this conversation is
I can't believe y'all have spent 55 minutes talking about this garbage franchise.
I know. This is where we're at. And to be fair, you got in and we continued the conversation. We were getting to the point where we were going to transition this and get to college football because I got a video that we've got to watch. We are going to take a quick commercial break. We're not going to, ramble on and on about Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss after this break, but I do want to have a conversation about a video. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story. Calling all Tiger fans, your place to watch the first-round matchup between the Memphis Tigers and #1 ranked Purdue Boilermakers is at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Collierville, Tennessee. 4:30 p.m. Thursday, November 20th. Come hang out with Bluff City Media at the South's premier sports bar. Great food, Beer specials and large television screens will make Mugshots the place to be to cheer on your Tiger basketball team. Also, Tigers Live, the premier Memphis Tigers postgame show, will be live after the game from Mugshots. Come hang out with us this Thursday.
Some games define a season, but the Egg Bowl defines a state. It's not just a game. It's bragging rights, family lines, and hatred that few rivalries can match. Forget records and rankings. In this game,
unsportsmanlike conduct on all players of both teams.
The tradition is chaos, and this year could be the most yet. Mississippi State has something we haven't seen in years, a bite behind their bark. Starkville believes again, and the Cowbells will be out in force. Across the field, Ole Miss comes to town with everything to play for, but that's not what we're talking about. Lane Kiffin's dramatics hang like a dark cloud over Oxford. The Rebs have dodged distractions before, but never with this much on the line. This year's Egg Bowl promises to be crazy. It's for postseason positioning, state supremacy, and an opportunity to play spoiler like never before. What will be the story this year? The only guarantee in this game is chaos, and Grind City Brewing is your home for every single second.
Welcome back to the Two Buck Sports Show. I'm Uncle Buck. I'm joined to my left by Blockhead Stubblefield and Rusty, the doctor.
Drew, you okay, Drew?
I'm fine. Y'all snuck this in like it's a practical joke. It's fine.
Hang on. It's funny because Kenny and I talked about this at the very beginning of the show. I don't know if you saw it or not, but like,
no, I didn't.
You railed about it ranted about it for 5 minutes about how terrible, dark cloud, all this, only to then about 5 minutes later go on a 10-minute tirade on the Daily Grind saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, but I'm biased. I'm biased. You're not supposed to be biased. This is a Bluff City Media production. You nominated yourself to talk about the Egg Bowl.
Like, I said they're having a special season that is clouded, and then you said the same thing.
I can say that. What are you talking about?
It's because it had the start.
It's like I can talk bad about my kids. You can't. I'm an Ole Miss fan. Listen, you're projecting for Bluff City Media's unbiasedness.
I can say it too.
It's biases.
I can say it too. So, Evan asked the question, how many more Saturdays are we having these watch parties? Well, the next one is a Friday while you're home for Thanksgiving break. It is next Friday at Grind City Brewing. We're going to watch the Egg Bowl. We're going to have a show at 2 o'clock. Then, like a long teaser, we've got one coming up on New Year's Day. We're going to have a hangover party at Grind City Brew. It's going to be a ton of fun watching the quarterfinals, the college football playoffs. So stay tuned. We got a few more things also coming with Grind City Brewing, just some teasers there. So just be on the lookout. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms because that's where you're going to see any and all updates we got coming. But we did get a new college football playoff poll last night, and we got some clarity, if you could call it that, on some of the decisions that were made. I found this video this morning, and it just like blew my mind that these are the people in charge of making the decisions. It makes me miss the BCS a little bit, where we had like at least like computers that could make it, maybe expand the BCS to 12. But Drew, you're going to pop off stage because it was just me and Kenny, but you'll be back.
I'll fix that.
Video. Yeah. Watch this video, and then we'll discuss.
We know they have to win the ACC to get in. How close is Miami and Notre Dame in terms of evaluation within the room?
I think when you look, Reese, at Notre Dame and Miami, we really compare the losses of those two teams. Miami has lost to two unranked teams. Notre Dame has lost to two teams that are ranked in our top 13. And so we really haven't compared those two teams. They haven't been in similar comparative pools to date, but Miami is creeping up into that range where they will be compared to Notre Dame if something happens above them.
If something happens above them.
Wait a second.
That's stupid.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Dumbest thing I have ever heard.
Because and what makes it dumb? Yeah, what makes it dumb is that Miami beat Notre Dame.
That's what I was about to say. It's not like we're looking back 10, 20 years. You go back to week 3, I believe it was, and we have a way to compare Miami and Notre Dame.
They played each other.
They played a game. And who won? Miami.
Miami beat them.
There is a precedent set here. You want to compare teams? How about you look at when they played? Like, that is the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my entire life, is we're not able to compare Notre Dame and Miami. My brother in Christ, they played a football game against one another.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate a minute, just because I'm not going to sit here on this panel and say that the best team, the team that won a head-to-head matchup in week 3, is the better team the rest of the season. We would all unanimously agree that Notre Dame is a better team than Miami, right?
It's the reason.
Okay, that's way too much of a pause.
Yeah,
that's way too much of a pause.
Notre Dame is a better team than Miami, but
Yes.
it's the reasoning that he used. It's the way that he described how they compare the two teams right now.
No, it's stupid. And this is the reason why it's stupid, is because this committee is made up of biased athletic directors from schools.
Yes.
Like, there's just no situation in which that should happen. And it just goes to show you just the absolute hypocrisy that is the NCAA and how they constantly get themselves in trouble and can't figure out how to do anything correctly. It's because the people they asked for solutions are just littered with self-interest.
And have been a part of the problem this entire time, right?
And most of them are in the middle. A lot of them are in the middle of coaching searches because they screwed up who their previous coach was. They fired him and are now looking for their next
Hunter Yurchek's like, hold on one second, Jimbo Fisher. I need to go into this meeting here and decide who's going to make the playoff.
Right. This man is literally deciding between Bobby Petrino and Jimbo Fisher, who was spotted at a Crunch Fitness or Planet Fitness over the weekend.
Clunk-free zone.
That's it. And we are trusting this man who is making that decision to pick who's going to play for a college football national championship. Like, come on, man.
Put the computers to it. I don't want athletic director. Ole Miss was the beneficiary of Cohen, John Cohen, the Auburn athletic director, former Mississippi State athletic director, really getting on his stump and really pushing Ole Miss into the field of 64 in college baseball that year, and it ended up with Ole Miss being a national champion. But it was an athletic director that had stumped for him. You don't need athletic directors in this, and I don't know what it is. And the fact that I don't have a good answer because I don't trust the Associated Press, I don't trust the media. The only thing I can trust is a computer in which you write the formula and outspits the results, and bada bing, bada boom. Who do you yell at? You want to yell at somebody? Yell at Dale over there. He's in the corner crunching all the numbers.
That's it.
Yell at Intel.
We hired a new employee. His name's Dale. No, it's spelled Dell.
Yeah.
And he works in that office over there.
Go yell at Steve Jobs' tombstone, like whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better about it. Because Jared's right. Like, use the BCS system to determine the 12-man field. You get the best of both worlds. You got a 12-team playoff, and those 12 teams are decided by math and algorithms that, it's hard. Numbers don't lie. You can cook the algorithms. You can slant them, but the numbers don't lie. And let that be what decides who plays.
All right, cover your ears, Kenny. Break apart from the NCAA. Have a Power 4 conference, and the conference champions get an automatic bid, and then you have common opponents littered throughout the place to where you can figure it out by not using the eye test.
Listen, I'm not sitting here saying that we need to boot out G5s. I'm not willing to go that far, but
I'm fine with it.
We need a different set of people making the decisions.
I mean, I I hope that Ole Miss is the 5 seed so we can play the G5 champion. Like, that's what they're good for.
And I hope Tulane comes in and donkey stomps y'all with
Of course you do. You're going to root for anybody against Ole Miss.
Y'all's offensive line coach with Lane over there in Auburn or wherever he's at.
Yeah, that would be poetic justice. You played Tulane once already this year with Lane Kiffin. You played Tulane
it was like 50
again.
something to nothing.
You playing Tulane again, sans Lane Kiffin, and a future.
No, I don't want to play Tulane. I want their coach.
Would then just stomp Ole Miss into oblivion. That would make my day.
Yeah,
make my day.
I'll get out in front of it now. Any losses henceforth are squarely on the shoulders of one man, and I will just commiserate with you. You can laugh all you want to, just know I would be dead inside.
It is absurd. Like, he is. I said this in the comment section of the Daily Grind. He is the centerpiece of his of the story every time in his own mind.
And he loves it,
and he loves it. He loves the drama. He thinks that it helps. He thinks that it creates a buzz. And it's like,
all you got to do is go watch the Pat McAfee show yesterday, Kenny. To your point, where he was on there for 20 minutes and said a whole bunch of nothing. It was absolutely He did hot yoga that morning with Keith Carter, and he said, "You need to go deny the ultimatum." He goes on Pat McAfee's show. He asks him one question. What about the ultimatum? It didn't happen. I love it here. We're happy here. Believe me.
That was the most scripted interview you ever seen in your life. And if you want to go talk to a journalist to get your story straight, you don't go to Pat McAfee. If you want a story push, you go to Pat McAfee and let everybody know we're all having a good time. And I mean, it was a manufactured story. I'm sure there were a bunch of sheep out there that believed it, but that wasn't going to be me.
Do you think Ole Miss has put an ultimatum down? You think that's a real thing or not?
If you define ultimatum as have us a decision by this day or you're fired, no. But there is an absolute understanding. Like, that's where the sensationalism took over and the word ultimatum took the headline, because that's a splashy word. It's very sensationalized. There was absolutely an understanding, and Lane is splitting hairs here and playing stupid.
And that's
he was told that I need a decision sooner rather than later, and if you leave, you're not coaching the playoff. And guess who else has also told him, hey, we need a decision? Florida and LSU. Like,
I think what genuinely happened was the media leaked the plane rides and the family touring these things, which normal coaches do. And so then Jimmy Sexton and Lane Kiffin's camp leaked the ultimatum that Ole Miss is pushing for it to kind of like balance the scales a little bit, and it just puts egg on everybody's face. This whole situation is going to be terrible.
Media doesn't leak things. Media is the vehicle that allows it to get leaked. I think it was. If I'm Ole Miss, like I'm absolutely pissed. I'm pissed at LSU. I'm pissed at Lane Kiffin, because this stuff happens under the. You can hide. Tag numbers on planes. You can redirect. This stuff happens. There are sitting head coaches right now whose families have scouted other schools, prospective schools, and it doesn't get out. It got out this time, and it's on purpose.
Who do you think put it out? Lane put it out?
I can't tell you. I can't see a benefit for Lane wanting it to get out. Because
he got on the Pat McAfee show. What are you talking about?
No, I don't think that it benefits Lane for it to get. It certainly doesn't benefit Ole Miss for it to get out. And the only thing it can do to Lane is hurt his chances in the Egg Bowl. And I believe that he wants to coach the Egg Bowl, and if he had his druthers, he wants to coach the playoffs. So it doesn't help. I think LSU probably leaked it. They sent a plane and they dropped it off right of its front door in Oxford.
Jesus.
Like, come on. Yeah.
I get coaches do that. Yeah. But to do it right now is absurd. It's absurd.
No, I'll push back on that too. Like, we've got a bye week. It was the weekend before a bye week. There was before the Georgia game. We had a bye before Georgia, and there is in-house stuff going on. Like, you don't prepare for 14 days for one particular team. You look ahead, you do some scouting, there's this and that, there's days off here and there. Listen, Ole Miss will have Lane Kiffin back. I will have Lane Kiffin back. But the last thing you can do, because I don't truly believe Lane knows what he wants to do, or we would know right now, you want him to, guarantee you Keith Carr said, Lane, take a few days and figure this out and get back with me and answer. We need it sooner rather than later. And so Lane is doing his due diligence. The difference is, for one reason or another, the due diligence is getting exposed every single step of the way. And it makes him look awful, and it makes Ole Miss look like the guy at the altar waiting to see if she's coming back.
The only and I'll say this as a Mississippi State fan, there is an alternate reality where the whole thing is a facade to where he's flirting with Florida.
Stupid, Rusty.
Hang on, pause.
No.
He's flirting with Florida. He's flirting with LSU, and he's doing all this because, to Kenny's point, he loves the attention. And there's an extension sitting there that he's going to sign on Monday of Egg Bowl week and say, I'm choosing Ole Miss over LSU in Florida. I'm here. I'm building this to where it is all smoke and mirrors, to where it benefits Ole Miss because Lane chose Ole Miss over LSU Florida. It helps him in recruiting to say, hey, we're building something special here. I'm staying. I'm not leaving. Come to the SIP, whatever the catch line is. Like there is, like Jared said a few minutes ago, this could all be professional wrestling showmanship where we're sleight of hand. We're doing this, moving this, and I'm going to sign an extension with Ole Miss. That's been the plan all along.
If he signs an extension and says that, I would, if given the opportunity, look him dead in the face and to call him a liar. That's stupid.
I kind of agree with Drew on this. Like, I think
because what is it doing? It's making him look like an absolute idiot. The guy who loves loves being in the media. What had happened yesterday is Pat 40, 7, 8, every different publication in the world dragged him yesterday.
What if I told you this was the plan and it just backfired?
But what does it accomplish, Rusty? To say like, oh, I chose Ole Miss, the team that's going to the playoff.
I'm just saying, like, there's a way that this is because when you're a narcissist, when you're as arrogant as Lane Kiffin is, you don't see the negative side of it. You see there's no such thing as bad press. Right. They're going to see me choosing Ole Miss over these, and it's going to make me and Ole Miss look better. When the reality is, he stepped in crap and he drug it across the carpet, and it is not going well.
Yeah, no, I don't believe for a second that's the case. I think Lane Kiffin is genuinely torn, and I think if this Ole Miss team was not squarely in the playoff, then he would be gone. And the only reason why he could be at Ole Miss next year is because he doesn't want to walk out on a playoff team.
I owe Evan an apology. It was Evan that said everything is pro wrestling, not Jared. My bad, Evan. You were right.
It is pro wrestling, but I don't think that this is as riveting of a storyline as you can only see in pro wrestling. But it's not scripted that way, not from Lane's point of view. I think if Lane Kiffin sat down with me right now, we turned off all devices and just talked like men, he would say, Drew, I want to go take the LSU job. I think it's a better job, and I can't because this stupid college football schedule makes me pick between coaching this team in the playoff, a team that I love dearly, and taking a job that I think is better.
I mean, it's very possible.
Well, boo-hoo.
That is, and you know what I would say back to him? Sucks.
It sucks to be you, man. I'm sorry, bro.
This is not Lane's universe in which he can, pick and choose the rules and how it affects him.
This is the guidelines.
This is the guidelines.
You know what you signed up for.
You have a choice to make. You have a choice to abandon a team that you've taken to the playoffs and a university that's given you the keys to the ship for the last 5 years,
to the entire city, bro.
You can
to the ship, to the city, to the state. Like you've given
it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. You know what I mean. Or you could pick option B, which is historic college who had a governor fire a head coach. I mean, you can pick, but do not play the victim here if everybody hates you at the end of it.
And that's what what the Pat McAfee thing was yesterday. Was him trying to
reframe
this, and it was poorly done.
That was an actor playing Lane Kiffin. I don't know if y'all have watched any Lane Kiffin before. There's been multiple times where he's been on Pat McAfee before yesterday. Go watch him. You saw a dude with rehearsed lines and faked enthusiasm. That was not Lane Kiffin, the person.
And possibly on some kind of like upper because his eyeballs were the size of baseballs.
He was told
the whole time he was just like
he was
so weird.
He was told that, hey, Ole Miss fans and the administration are cannibalizing themselves, and all of media everywhere is dragging you today. Go to where you can get a puff piece about you, and there's no one better to get a puff piece about you than Mr. Energy, Pat McAfee.
I might disagree with your choice of snack cake, but yeah.
Well, if you disagree, you need to exit stage right.
I was about to say, if that's the case, I'm taking on the stage because those are 2 bucks specialties right there.
Yeah. You are merely a substitute.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, I like what you've done with your beard.
I don't. I hate it. I went. There was I joked about this when it happened, but and you know, Kenny, you may not understand, but I go to this barbershop. It's a walk-in. There's a white barber and there's a black barber. I typically go to the white one because he does a better job with the hair. No, hear me out. You hear me out. He does a better job with my hair, and he lines my beard up to how I like it. I went and sat in the black barber's chair, and he gave me the black barber beard cut, which is the trimming of the top of the mustache, which is no. It's an absolute no.
Keep it. You will grow to love it. I do not trust white barbers. I trust only black barbers.
I'm sorry. This dude did a terrible job. Look at my neck. It's crooked. This may be a bad excuse for a black barber, and I will hear you out, and I'm not going to let him speak for black barbers everywhere. But when you start touching the top of a redneck's mustache, you've gone too far. We are not this pretty, and we don't even pretend to be.
Bro, buddy. Drew gave me the same flack in Martin, Tennessee. I had the same experience. He lined me up with chalk and everything, and then cut my mustache down to where it was like pencil thin. And
he got the little spray on, you know.
Like, oh no!
And see, if Kenny took his hat off, you could tell he goes to a black barber. There's no doubt about that.
Well, I don't anymore. I do it myself. Like I do it by myself. But
nobody touches the beard. Somebody cuts my hair. I go see a lovely. Her name's Gina. She's at Eastwick Barbershop here in Memphis. Shout out, no free shout out. Did a phenomenal job. But I only get a haircut. She'll ask me every now and then, "Would you like for me to trim your beard?" And I'm like, respectfully, absolutely not.
See, I like the beard trim because I don't do a good job lining up underneath, and I want you to just take a little here off and leave this, you know. And I told that man this, and that man saw he saw a different picture in his head than what I was describing.
So once again, shout out, no free shout outs. There's a guy in Martin. His name is Vic the Barber. He does a phenomenal haircut. He was awesome. Like, he did a great fade. He was crispy. It was perfectly edged, but I made the mistake. He just quickly did my beard one time without me even asking, I regretted it for about 2 weeks until it filled back out.
The only issue I've ever had with the black barber was with my son Silas. He would get his hair cut, and I had to tell him, I'm like, hey, he is a white kid. Do not take his hairline and like make it crispy like you do most normal black guys' hair. It looks like he looks like Friar Tuck. Like, don't do that to his hair. Like, you gotta let the hairline go a little bit with white dudes. With black dudes, crispy as all get out. White dudes, you got to let it kind of flow a little.
Well, because Drew and I both have ambiguous hairlines, right? Like, they kind of move, they're kind of like receded a little bit. Like, mine's a little thin.
I would look like freaking. My hair would look like this if I went to a black one. They would just spray me like this.
Same. Look like the
and
freaking cone
it does not look right. Actually, they'd have to spray me like this.
Yeah. For sure.
Listen, I don't mind black barbers. I'm sure they do a great job. This one, do not touch the top of my mustache. I don't need the Stephen A. He gave me the Stephen A. Smith.
That's right.
Yeah.
And white people have no business with a Stephen A. Smith mustache.
And Stephen A. Smith got booted off the NBA today. So
shout out.
You don't need that mustache.
That was. Does anybody watch that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I will say, I will give you, just go back to him and let him do the mustache a few more times, and you'll fall in love with it. I promise you.
No, I won't, because I need a bushy. I don't like seeing my top lip.
Yeah, same. I need the full mustache.
And also, if you trim me in a way that I don't have to like mess with it for a long time.
Trim me like one of your French girls? Is that what we're getting at?
I mean, I don't know if what he's into, but I'm not a French girl.
That's right, Evan.
Yeah. What if a mixed barber?
I mean,
yeah. Or maybe a white guy and a black guy, and they both just use one hand each. I don't know. Again, this isn't. I'm not anti-black barber. I just don't want the Stephen A. Smith mustache,
which I don't think is an insane request. I
feel like that's pretty down the middle.
It is. It's pretty normal. But guys, I have got a work call here in just a few minutes.
I thought you had a fishing trip.
Yeah, no, I already went, man. Just call me Cat Mayhab. I went this morning. But that's going to do it for our Wednesday edition of the $2 Sports Show. I got my guy Kenny. I got Drew, the best of both worlds. It was around the horn today. Drew, thanks for hopping in late. Kenny,
I wish I could mute you.
Kenny, thanks for filling in for Drew as he was still in his fields after that Egg Bowl video this morning.
I was fighting literal fires. So
as a Power Ranger. But guys, we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. on your Thursday. Come hang with us then. In the meantime, see Anthony Sane at 1 o'clock. We got a bevy of other shows on this network. Hang in there. Better days are coming. The dark days, like the night only lasts so long. Morning is coming, right? The morning is coming. And it's Ty Jerome playing basketball.
Boy, this has been the longest exit from a show ever.
Yeah, that's long.
Sometimes we get there, man. It's just listen. It's one of the longer of the $2 Sports shows here on this network. So let's just keep it going a little longer. But go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. Drew, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right. With the $2, you always get what you pay for. We'll see you back tomorrow. It'll be a Thursday edition of the $2 Sports Show. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.